Hi, this is Rob Tweed from Gateway Developments. I recently came across this YouTube tutorial video by O'Reilly's Elizabeth Ronson demonstrating how a simple menu and tab bar navigation structure can be created for the iPhone using Objective-C. Now don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against Elizabeth. She actually does a great job in this video, but what she also does a good job of doing is demonstrating just how complex and difficult it is to create even the simplest iPhone functionality using Objective-C. So I wanted to contrast that with our iWD framework and create almost identical functionality using it and let you judge which is simpler and quicker and easier to understand and code. Let's take a quick look at the application she created after 27 minutes of in-depth coding in Objective-C, and it's this here little menu of books. You click on one of those, it'll take you to a detail page that identifies which book you clicked. There's a back button on that, takes you back to the menu, and down at the bottom is a tab bar with an about and a home, and if you click on the about, it brings up an about page, and home brings you back to the menu. That's as simple as that. That's all she was developing. So let's show you how to develop the equivalent in iWD. I'm going to be using our iWD and MDB appliance, which you can find all about on our website www.mgateway.com. Click the iWD tab, the Platform Versions tab, and you'll get to this page, and down here you'll find out all about installing the how to install the appliance on a Ubuntu system. I'm using it on Amazon EC2, and that's what I'll be accessing from a Windows machine. And I'm using WinSCP to do that. Over here on WinSCP, in this directory USR EWD apps, is a list of applications that are already created for you in the appliance, and I've added this one, books. I've created most of the content already to save the bother of typing and laboriously watching me type. But I'll take you through the pages and build them up bit by bit for you. So we're going to go into index.ewd, which is the top of the application. So we have this tag called ewd config. It's the first page of the application, and we're telling the browser not to cache this. We want a fresh version each time. We then have this second tag, iWD main, which defines the title of the application, the first page that provides content, which is going to be called home.ewd. We're defining a touch icon, which is going to go on our desktop of our iPhone. It's just a simple image file with a path to it. That already exists in the appliance, but you can add your own if you wish. We want to add gloss to the icon, and we want to have a splash screen, which again is a simple image. So that's all there is to that. Now let's have a look at this home.ewd page. Again, it's just two tags. This one that says it's not a first page, and it's an Ajax fragment. We're just going to use this header page initially to get the ball rolling. It's going to say books demo. So let's go over to PuTTY, which is here, accessing the EC2 machine. I'm pointing at USR local GTM EWD. I'm going to go into GTM, and I'm going to rerun this command, compile all ZEWD API books. It was our application called books. Now if we go over to our iPhone and point at the EC2 machine and this directory, this path, books index.ewd, then when we run this, that should now run our application. So here's our title and our header, books demo. Let's now add that. We don't want to be typing that URL each time. We'll add that to home screen. Here's our touch icon with gloss added. Here's our title, books. We add that. Here it is. Now when we click it, it'll give our splash screen, and there we are in our application. So now let's add that menu. So to do that, we're going to go into home, and we're going to add this tag, replace our header with this. And this is going to create a menu panel populated with the contents of what's known as a session array with the name of book list. Now that has to come from somewhere, and where we're going to get it from is a Python module that we're going to write. And we're going to add this guy in here. It says pre-page script is, and this will get invoked before the page gets generated, a Python module called books, and method within that called getBookList. Let's save that, and now let's have a look at this books module. That goes into USR local GTM EWD, and here I've already created it, books.py. Very simple module. Import EWD at the top. Let's just bring this up so that we can compare it. Here's our getBookList method. We actually create a dictionary called books with this structure, 3 items. These are the names of the books that Elizabeth used in her demo. You can see that the text, name, value is the book names. And then we use this API, merge dictionary to session, to merge the books dictionary into the session array called books list or book list. Then we return null. That provides our session name of book list. So now if we compile this modified version and run it, we should find we get our menu. So here's now our menu. It's now got a forward pointer, but at the moment we aren't defining where that would go. So let's add that now to our detail page. So we'll go back to our home page, and we're going to add an extra attribute to that menu panel tag, which says next page is book detail. Save that, and now let's have a look in here, and we'll see I've already created a page called bookdetail.ewd, which is very simple, Ajax fragment with a page item, a tag, and inside book details go here. And that's all we're going to do for now. So that's now saved. Let's recompile the application. And now when we click, let's go back actually, let's restart it. And now when we click one of these, it should go, book details go here. Now there's two problems we've got. We don't have the back button yet, and we aren't displaying which book we clicked on. So let's add the back button first of all. So we go back to our book detail page, and to add the back button to that, we just add this guy in here. So it's the toolbar tag, toolbar button, type equals back, and text equals books. The text is optional. If we'd left that out, it would say the name back, but we wanted to say books to go back. So if we save this, recompile, now when we restart the application from the top, click on one of these, and now we've got the back button. So now we can go back and forwards. Okay, so now let's put in the name of the book. How do we get that? Well, to do that, we can add in here, let's put a header back into this, into the page item. And here we're going to say the text is the name, the book title. This is a session variable denoted by this pound or hash symbol, and this has got to come from somewhere. And so this is we're going to do put in a Python method to get this as well. So let's add that. That's in here. Get book details. Up here in the top of book detail, we're going to say, again from the books module, we'll run the get book details method. So we'll save that. We'll go back over to our books module, and I've actually got that already in here. Get book details. We use this guy, get selected iWD menu value book list, and put that value into the session variable book title. We'll save that, compile it, and now when we go back and forward again, we should see the name of the book. Okay, so we'll leave it at that for now, and we'll continue with the rest of the tab bar in the next part. See you then.